Before the video starts, I want to give a disclaimer. This is not an invitation or an excuse to go after anyone for any perceived wrongdoing. This is going to go over adult themes and subject matter that many may find disturbing. The trigger warnings will be on screen right now, so please pause to read. Thank you. For those who may be triggered by a lot of the things I talk about, I'm going to ask you to please skip this video. Come to the next video where a lot of these topics will not be in there, hopefully. Thank you. Otherwise, you can directly monetarily support me by commissioning me through Ko-Fi. The link will not only be in the description, but it will also be in my About Me. I am not making any money off this video. Today we are talking about Hiten Mitsuru, a now disgraced YouTuber who was in the art commentary community and slideshow commentary community. Apparently, the distinction is really important to a lot of people. But I'm not talking about the stuff that was currently said about Hiten. That's not why we're here today. We're here today because of a 12-second clip that was shown within their critique of the Painter series, an analog horror series made by the artist Urban Slug on the channel Urban Spook. Here I will show the clip.
Listen, you can say whatever you want about the shit in Boyfriend to Death, for example. At least their fucking content warnings are exhaustive and on the download page, so you have to see them in order to get the game.
Right off the bat, you can see why this bothers me. For those who do not know, Boyfriend to Death is an adult visual novel series within book terms. It's splatterpunk. It's made by fetishists for fetishists within that space. By fetishists. Another issue is that Hiten is not telling the truth in this clip. That specific screen that you can see right in that 12-second clip is not on the download page. That is when you launch the game. I should know because I am in the Boyfriend to Death community. No. What you are most likely going to get is a screen like this. Sadly, I couldn't get the screenshot of the itch.io download page for the game, so I had to improvise by going to the website for one of the creators. Speaking of which, the creators plainly and consistently warn people in both screenshots, but the more in-depth one, the one that Hiten shows, is not, in fact, on the download page. No, the screenshot I just shared is one you would see around the time the game was up on there, and the more in-depth one was in that video that I just showed you. However, it is also gameplay. It's kind of rare to see gameplay of a game that isn't heavily edited. That is because it shows male genitalia, amongst a lot of other things. That being subject matter such as human trafficking, domestic violence, abuse, which is verbal, physical, and otherwise, hardcore human experimentation, torture with and without power tools, whipping, non-consensual recording / live streaming, captivity and forced captivity, kidnapping, poisoning, drugging, both consensually and otherwise, necrophilia, somnophilia, a metric ton of rape and sexual assault, extreme torture and mind break, religious cult imagery and themes, religious themes, cannibalism, auto-cannibalism, urination, vomit, murder, bugs and insectophobia, drowning and hydrophobia, being burnt alive, making sure I don't have this list going double, kidnapping, I don't really want to say this, but I have to, wound fucking, eye mutilation and trauma, oral mutilation and trauma, genital mutilation and trauma, both consensual and non-consensual, scarification, self-harm, suicide, noose imagery, gunplay, gun imagery and side effects, audio and visual hallucinations, mind control, tentacles, screen shake / epileptic inducing mechanics, gore, and death of on-screen and off-screen characters, maggots, electrocution, claustrophobia, needles, incest, bear mauling, poison, and paralysis, and many more I have probably missed because this game has been out since 2016. Ranty rambling aside, I would also like to point out that Hiten is practicing good old hypocrisy in that video, because one of Heaton's criticisms of the Painter series is that all but one episode up to the time of the recording of that video was not age restricted. In a video where Hiten talks about, and I kid you not, genital mutilation, infanticide, family annihilation, violent CSA of an 11-year-old, wound fucking, implied sexual abuse of a cat in the form of sildenafil, which for those who do not know, also goes by the name Viagra. It is used to treat erectile dysfunction and pulmonary arterial hypertension. And I'm sorry to anyone in my audience who is unfortunate enough listening to this while eating, Heaton describes a woman being bound and raped to death by a horse before the horse dies from a sildenafil-induced heart attack, as well as the woman's grandchild of undetermined age was found decapitated with the head wrapped in a blanket and missing eye sockets on a mattress covered in blood and sildenafil citrate, along with used bandages and penicillin. Both the cat and the decapitated head both imply necrophilia and zoophilia. I want you to take a guess on what I'm about to say next. Heaton's video was not age restricted. For those who do not know, when you age restrict a video, it limits who is able to see it. How you can quickly tell a video has been age restricted on YouTube.com is if you log out of your account but open the video in a tab. It should look something like this. For example, I used actually one of my videos here on YouTube to double check. I just simply logged out of my account and tried to play the video in a new tab. Heaton, around the time this video was published, their video of Slugs and Slaughter was published in January of 2024. The video was up until August of 2024. Of 2025, sorry. Before the delisting of that video, Heaton's video had amassed over 252 viewers, and Heaton's following or subscriber count, whichever you want to call it, had amassed over 11.3K, meaning that due to Heaton's videos within the art commentary and slideshow commentary communities, which is notoriously full of minors, there is a possibility that minors have seen that video, which is concerning, considering what I just mentioned. And it's quite sad. Especially when around the time that video would have been published, Heaton was either 29 or had just turned 30 years old. Yes, Hiten Mitsuru, as of recording this video, is 30 years old. And at Heaton's ripe age of 30, there was no excuse of Hiten not knowing what Boyfriend to Death was, especially when Heaton's channel was established in 2013. 3 years later would be the publication of Boyfriend to Death, the first of many games, meaning Hiten, in and around the start of their YouTube journey, would have known what Boyfriend to Death was, would have known a lot of the warnings that come with Boyfriend to Death, would have known that Boyfriend to Death is primarily aimed at adults who take part in horror themselves. Hiten, in a desire to be right and to posture and be quite simply pretentious, had potentially put minors at risk. And Heaton's not going to watch this video. Hiten doesn't watch videos critiquing them or really judging them. They rely on the word of their friends who have to really know what to talk about when supposedly taking accountability. It's essentially them relying on trust me bro logic, which is not excusable. I know my video in the long con of this, the long game of this, is a nothing burger in comparison to things Heaton had done. There are some fantastic videos that cover Heaton that isn't horror related. And I recommend going over Cope and Seeds coverage, Opblock's coverage, K-Huck's coverage. I also recommend Chuli's videos, Fenrir of Solaris's VODs, and my friend Rin's video, if you haven't already, because they're able to talk about things I'm just not equipped to talk about as someone who never set foot in commentary a lot, especially to that degree. I'm just a weirdo on the internet who really likes a game that Heaton talked about and misrepresented. Yeah, that's literally legit all this video is. For as much as a half-scripted, rambling mess it is, I hope that everyone likes it, because I work hard on this, and stuff. I don't know. Sorry for that long pause. I'm not cutting it out. Legit, I am barely cutting anything out. I had to record multiple times. I just don't feel like it. Um, Other than that, Keaton, if you, for some reason, decide to suddenly watch critique on you, I hope you don't come back. You've proven that you are a weaselly little viper who's willing to lie. And when you misrepresent facts about, like, a lot of the media you're talking about, it makes people wonder what else you're willing to misrepresent. Then again, there are videos out there covering what else you would misrepresent. And you possibly put children in danger, Keaton. I'm sorry. But I don't think you should come back if you're gonna keep doing that. But hopefully, maybe you don't. Because I don't want you back. Nobody wants you back. I want to address why this was deleted. Uh, Initially, it is because I had gotten something wrong when I initially uploaded this. I would like to thank the Infromentator for kind of catching this and asking about it, because I had actually gotten something wrong. So I had misheard it within Heaton's apology, because I have seen it. The words removed from my home, and thought, oh, Heaton got kicked. No, what had actually happened is that due to ideations, Heaton was having keyword searched it to double check. Yeah, Heaton was removed temporarily from the home due to violent ideations that I don't think I should kind of quote. But when I say ideations, I mean like self-harm ideations, to the point that police had to get involved. So that's where I fucked up in that. And I'm gonna take accountability for that, because it's my fuck up, no one else's. And I should have caught that when I was recording last night. I didn't, and I am deeply sorry. I do want to apologize for that, because it was never my intention to mislead people about that. Thank you, Ephraim, for kind of catching that. Thank you. And, yeah, back to the video. For obvious reasons. And hopefully by the time this video comes out, you have no plans on coming back. As far as I know, you're planning on abandoning the Hiten Mitsuru persona entirely. And I hope you keep your word to that, because I heard that this is part of the Hiten cycle. But what would I know? I'm just a weirdo on the internet. If you've liked this video, I'm just going to repeat this again. You can support me through Ko-Fi, either through one-time donations or by commissioning me. You could even get something on like the little Ko-Fi shop I have. I have brushes up on there. I have adoptables, and in the background I'm working on your character hero pieces. And if you like it, yeah, you can get one. Otherwise, you can like, subscribe, type the video if you have that option. And I'll see you next time. Bye! Initially, when this video was up, it had like a little special thing where I was thanking people. It somehow got deleted while I was fixing stuff. I don't know how, but we're just gonna redo that. Thank you, and I'm adding this on here. Ephraim, K-Huck, the Ops, Chuli, and many more for your coverage of the Heaton stuff. Also, thank you to one of the moderators in the Ops Discord server for the 12-second clip I got. Yeah, I'm just gonna thank that real quick. I am, again, sorry for accidentally spreading misinfo, and hopefully I can be better about that. Thank you.